Last week at Knoxville, there was drama, excitement, and it was the third victory of the season for Thompson. But tonight, the XSLR Championship rolls into Lanier National Speedway, or as it's now called, the Caffeine and Octanes Lanier Raceway. A 0.37 mile paved oval also can be of a dirt variety for round 8 of the championship. And wow, what an absolute brilliant race we have got installed for you here today. I'm Tim Cox with Jonathan Grabowski in the virtual production booth, but right now, as always, I'm joined by Alex Andersen. Alex, well, what can we say about this section of the championship, the dirt ovals? It's definitely brought a little bit of spice, hasn't it? And we're not too far away from qualifying where it's going to be fast and furious yet again.
Oh, definitely. I mean, going through the entire dirt oval sections, I mean, I've seen the man drive dirt ovals before. I thought Adam Thompson was going to absolutely dominate all 4 races, but with just under a minute remaining in practice, he's sitting there in P5, way around 2/10, or just under 2/10, actually no, it's just under 3/10, behind the leaders in terms of time. And I mean, just with the way these guys have been practicing, even with the experienced drivers like Jeffrey Cooper and Eric Whitner here, as you see Jeffrey just running the outside there, a bit of a slide job at line, you can just see that even with the experienced drivers, you see him right there, they make mistakes. And I mean, especially with how slicked off this track is, I'm not sure if it'll get to that point during the actual race, but it is sure to provide some entertainment. And this race, it really could go to anybody here as we go on board of Bosch or Williams.
Well, I know from chatting to Bosch Williams that definitely not looking forward to this section of the championship. He's an out-and-out road racer, predominantly within GTs, and well and truly out of his comfort zone. But that is the beauty of this championship. 4 races in road, 4 races in oval, 4 races in dirt road, and 4 races in dirt oval to boot. You have to be consistent across every single section to score well in this championship. But just heading across now into qualifying, we saw 10-second laps. So this is going to be done and dusted very, very quickly as we see Jimmy Howard taking to the track. What sort of time is he going to say? He's going to be the first one across the line and set up a provisional time. What sort of time is it going to be? Well, no time from him initially. Let's see what he gets on his second. There we go, 10.9 from him. It's just falling in now as there is Zachary Cooper, another of our favourites here this evening. 11.29 on his first lap, showing how good that lap was from Jimmy Howard. Mikolajczyk heading up into second place during qualifying. Whitner blows away the rest of the field with a 10.7 lap, and then Thompson pipping everyone right at the depth there with a 10.755, going 400ths of a second quicker than Whitner. Ross up into 4th. Benavides yet to set a time, and Kier just getting one in with his last lap there into 11th. Oh, that is qualifying done and dusted for you. Well, definitely, you were saying before, Alex, Thompson not looking good here, and then all of a sudden plucks that sort of lap out of, well, nowhere effectively.
I don't know why I said anything. I think I gave him the good side of the commentator's curse there. So, you know, we're going to see what happens if we do it the other way. I think Adam Thompson, he's looking really good out there currently on provisional pole as qualifying is already wrapped up. Just over a minute remaining until we get towards the heat. So I think Thompson's going to be really good here tonight. Let's see what happens after I say that. But obviously qualifying, I mean, it's just so fast here. Everybody just, you're aiming for laps that are just on this 0.38 mile racetrack. It's just 10-second lap times and 11-second lap times. And I mean, even for these dirt sprint cars and how quickly they can shoot around corners here sideways, I mean, that's just absolutely insane.
It is absolutely insane. I think that is an incredibly good way to describe it. And let's have a bit of a mention wherein this is quite period to one of our sponsors for this series, the Chedoranic Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation is a non-profit, volunteer-fueled organisation dedicated to finding cures for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and improving the quality of life of children and adults affected by these diseases. You find more about the great work this great charity does by heading across to Crohn's Colitis Foundation.org. Make sure you give them plenty of love and support for such a brilliant charity. As we're just seeing Benavides just head out, and then as qualifying shuts, didn't get a lap in, but let's take you through your grid for the first heat of this evening. Thompson starts on pole with Jimmy Howe joining him on the front row, Mikolajczyk and Jeffrey Cooper on the second row. Clark, he's got Kira alongside him on the third row with Erwin, rounding out your 7-car field in Heat 1. This is where fun begins. We have got 8 laps in each of the heats. Well, can Howard get the jump on Thompson? I think that is the big question. But I think also, we saw Mikolajczyk and Cooper set cracking times during qualifying, didn't we, Alex? So equally, 2 to watch out for from that second row.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, another thing that I want to take a look at is these guys are going to have barely any time to try and make any moves here. I mean, an 8-lap heat, you're going for 10, 11-second lap times. Qualifying could, or not qualifying, the first heat and the second heat as well could very well be done in under a minute and a half. So, I mean, if these guys, if they stay consistent, it's going to be, they're going to have to make split-second decisions, and it's going to be really difficult out there.
It is indeed. It is indeed, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out with our first victory of this evening. As they head behind the pace truck, it pulls in, and let's get ready to go racing the first time this evening as Thompson goes early and leaves Howard for dead there, but he's looking to the cutback, can't quite get it done, just finds himself blocked off a bit by Thompson very cleverly there. It's the 199 and Josh Clark looking for the high line where there's, well, definitely some grip up there at the moment, but as things progress, that is definitely the place to be going, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, this is bottom line currently with no slick line currently on the racetrack. That low line is going to be really where you're going to want to be. You're going to be able to get a lot of grip down there, get some nice speed through these corners, and that's exactly what Thompson is doing up front. But Paul Mikolajczyk is doing a pretty good job hanging on to the tail of them. And I mean, but I don't know if he has enough time. I mean, they're already halfway done with the first heat, so I mean, just these laps absolutely flying by as Thompson continues to check out, but Paul Mikolajczyk, I wouldn't count him out just yet. He's still definitely within reach if Thompson makes any mistakes.
That's the thing, all it takes is one mistake and Thompson will be a whole world of pain potentially, as Kier already into the pits as well. It's not going well for him, and that looks like it could be a retirement. There he is. We're on lap 7, penultimate lap from Lanier Raceway, and there is the white flag. 1 lap left to go, and Thompson with a comfortable lead just needs to bring home with 8 tenths of a second over Mikolajczyk. Howard, a bit of disappointment from him, dropping that place after what? Oh, no, he spun.
Yeah, he's just having some fun after the checkered flag, I think, there.
Oh yeah, of course he was past the. I thought he was coming out through turns 3 and 4. Then that's what completely and utterly threw me. But as you say, just having a bit of fun after the checkered flag. Let's have a look across into race 2. Sorry, heat 2 even of this evening. Whitner starts on pole with Bobby Ross alongside him. Sorum and DiPiero, they're going to start on the second row with Zachary Cooper. Bit surprised for him to see him that far down the grid in 5th. He's got Bosch and Williams alongside the company, and Benavides, who didn't get a time in during qualifying. That's where he starts last. 7th place, all alone. But it is easy to make a place. You can see everything's happening in front of you, and if there is an incident, Alex, you can try and dodge around it a lot easier than being right in the melee in the midfield.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're in the midfield, I mean, it could be a good opportunity to pick off other people's mistakes. We saw it with Kier, and I mean, not sure where Kier was running that race, but I mean, somebody could have gotten that place from him and just moved themselves up into a transfer spot because of it. So if I'm one of the Coopers back there, the Cooper in the purple car back there, believe starting P5 here. Let me check the results. That
Yeah.
is Jeffrey Cooper, I do believe.
No, Zachary, that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zachary in the 21, excuse me. But he could
So-
be very well off if a car in front of him makes a mistake.
definitely, as a pace truck just rounds turn 3. It will be in this lap. And here it comes, and let's get ready to go racing for the second time this evening as Whitner does not hang around, goes early like Thompson did in E1. And saw him there, hot on the tail of Ross as DiPiero and Cooper trading places right now. Different lines for the drivers, but that is going on. That's DiPiero, isn't it? And
I think
right up Boscher Williams' place.
I think DiPiero hit the wall there through 3 and 4. I saw some sparks and heard some contact there, so like I was saying under the pace laps, I mean, one mistake is all it takes currently. Now, Zachary Cooper is currently in a transfer spot, but he has Boscher Williams hot on his heels here, so he has to look out. You can just, I just love seeing the different lines that these guys run. I mean, you just see from Boscher Williams in turn 1 how Zachary just runs the high line perfectly, and then from Boscher Williams back behind him, it's a bit more of a slide job line, and even more differing lines up front as Bobby Ross running a little bit towards the middle. Actually, now he goes low, and Sorum tries to dive up high for grip. And now Bobby runs the low line. You just see Sorum up there searching the high line for more grip in the low line. Cooper's up there as well, as Boscher Williams still tries to get around him for the transfer spot.
It is Loud and Larry here at Lanier, and we have got 2 laps left remaining for drivers trying to make progress. Gutting for DiPiero after that incident, but I tell you what, Boscher Williams is hot on the heels of Cooper right now. That could be a change of place. White flag is in the air as well. Boscher Williams skimming the wall there, keeps hold of it, and still in full attack mode here, trying to, as he's into the wall once again, and I think that's going to allow Cooper just about to hold on to this, and he does. He picks up 4th. Oh, wow, that was close in the midfield there, Alex.
Yeah, it was pretty close racing from everybody. I mean, you saw the differing lines, and as the cushion starts to build up on the outside, that's what's going to happen. As the slick line starts to form on the inside line there, these guys are going to have to start searching the outside for grip here. I mean, like we saw at the end of practice with how just the entire track was just completely slick, just no grip anywhere, you're going to see guys just start to run everywhere on this track just in search of slightly more grip. I mean, slow rolling the bottom by just pedaling it down there, slowing down to 60, just getting it turned, being easily on the throttle, or just sending it up towards the outside line, going for your exit speed. Try and get a slide job on somebody for position as we go on board to Thompson here. It looks like he's going to brake and probably go back to the pit lane as Paul Mikolajczyk currently sets a lap. There's Whitner as well. So everybody out on track just trying to get the track more worn in for the start of the consolation and eventually into the feature. Actually, no, the consolation has been skipped, so we're going to go straight to the feature after this.
We are indeed 30 lap of fun, drama and excitement. Of course, if there is an incident, we will have the yellow flags and the safety truck will come out. Let's mention to another of our sponsors for this series, Nexus Fab. Nexus Fabrication specialise in metal fabrication and manufacturing for commercial, residential and custom projects, as well as signage, furniture and metal repair work. You find out more about them by heading across to nexusfab.com. Let's take you through the grid for the final this evening. Thompson starting on the front row with Whitner, the 2 heat winners with Mikolajczyk and Ross on the second row. Howard, he's got Soren for company on the third row with the 2 Coopers, Jeffrey and Zachary. There'll be a bit of brotherly love and working together. Well, we'll find out definitely from the 4th row of the grid. Clark, he's got the Brett Boscher Williams alongside him on the 5th row as runner in top 10. Kevin Irwin starting alongside Jerry DiPiero, who of course had that incident in the second heat, and that's why he finds himself much further down the grid than where he would have expected. Here, he starts with Scott Benavides to round out your field, your 7-row grid. And all the drivers just lining up right now. And I see a bit of almost Weavy in the background though on there from Boscher Williams. I know he's a road expert. That's not going to make much difference trying to warm your tyres up here. But here we go.
I don't know if that's a very good idea to try and warm your tires on a dirt track when it's already cool, but we're about to get racing here, and I mean, pace car going down the back stretches. You see that inside line looks a little bit more formed as Howard really on the back bumper of Paul Mikolajczyk there. So it's going to be a battle at the front row, though, to see if Whitner or Thompson can pull away. Here's the iRacing safety car. Dives to the safety of the pit lane. Thompson already on the gas, and he's out in front and gone right now. And Now we have to see if Whitner can play catch-up as Paul Mikulajczyk trying to fend off Jimmy Howlett and Bobby Ross here for P3 here, as it looks like a bit of a slide there from one of the Coopers back there. I believe that was Jeffrey down there in turns 3 and 4 here. As Adam Thompson so far is checked out, now we have to keep an eye and see if Whitner can catch up to him.
Oh, I think he
died, yeah.
He was having a good time on the inside, but big instinct. There's a big instinct in the midfield there. Wow, Jeffrey Cooper caught. It's the two Coopers. They've come together with one another, and here comes this pace truck. We're in the yellow. Wow, I am as well, Alex. The last two you would have thought the team coming together.
Yeah, I'm just surprised Zachary's able to turn right to get it back going straight there. These things don't turn right, but I mean that was just a massive hit there. I think from what I saw before seeing a replay, I thought maybe Jeffrey hit the wall, and then Zachary just had nowhere to go. Ended up making him flip upside the catch fence there. I mean, that was a big hit, and I mean, I know these guys have faster pairs, and they're going to be able to get back out on track, but that was a major hit, and that's going to really affect their race.
It is massively. See the way the wing on that is really bent out of shape, but wow. Time to breathe, time to take a little bit of stock in this yellow period. Wow, what happened? DiPiero picked up 2 places, and a good start from Clog as well, climbing up through the field. Wow, as we said, the last 2 people that we would have thought seen coming together, the 2 Coopers into turn 1, they all went wrong for the pair of them. After starting from the 4th row of the grid, we thought we'd see them come through, but we are green once again. We are away racing, and it's all in the midfield. And saw them coming together there, and just having to find some space and get the car straight again. Plum dropping a couple of places. Washington's getting promoted. He's already up 3. He's absolutely flying right now. So is DiPiero. He's back up 3 places. Keir's picked up 2 as there's someone slow in the background there. Didn't quite catch who that was. I think it might have been Kevin Irwin potentially. But it's, well, the way that saw him there right into the back of Howard. He is in full attack mode, isn't he now, Alex?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Stormy, he needs to make up some positions here if he wants to be better off towards the end here. But Whitner just set fastest lap, and he's right on the back bumper of Adam Thompson here. So he definitely could take a lead as Adam is into the wall. Whitner tries to throw a slider. He gets up to the wall. Oh, he does clear Adam. But Adam goes back to the bottom. Now Adam tries to throw a slider. Whitner's going to be able to duck back to the inside. Now they're about to go 3 wide with a lap car. But it looks like the yellow's out once again. I think it was between Bosher Williams and James Keir, according to the timing tower. Oh, that's a car upside down. That is Bosher Williams. I wonder what could have happened to him.
Well, after a blinding start they made, he'll be absolutely disappointed by that one. And, well, that's going to be a heavy amount of damage to his car. But I think that came at just the right time for our lead group. They were coming up behind a lap car. I didn't quite catch who it was. I think it might have been Scott Benavides potentially. And, wow, they would have been in a whole world of pain trying to clear that car.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, especially when they were battling so fiercely then. I mean, that yellow came out perfectly for Adam Thompson. I mean, Eric Whitner running that top side really well, just had the right rear banging off of the cushion there. And he was really making up a lot of ground there through a slider, through a slide job, and got it clear there. Adam was able to fight back and take it back and just got the yellow at the perfect moment. But we're about to go back green.
We are indeed about to go back green once again. Bosher Williams is out, unfortunately, so he is going to pick up that wooden spoon of finishing last, but we are green once again here at Lanier, and Thompson getting a great start, but look at Mikulajczyk there for the second row, catching Whitner completely up, leading that in, but there's the slide job there for Whitner trying to get back in front of Mikulajczyk, but Mikulajczyk having none of it whatsoever. There's these two duel it out, but he's back in front again, Whitner.
Yeah, now he needs to focus on Thompson here. There's a lap car there. Not sure who that was, but that's going to force to run the low line. That was Kevin Irwin here, and that's going to put the leaders right on top of each other once again. Whitner needs a good drive off to potentially try and throw a slide job on Adam Thompson here. You see him, he gets a good diamond-style line off the corner. There he goes. He's trying it into turn 3. He's going to get clear of Thompson, but Thompson easily ducks back to the inside and retakes it. Now Thompson has to try for a slider to clear Whitner. Whitner had to tap the brakes a little bit there, and all the while, Paul Mikolajczyk is starting to catch up. And yeah, you're right, he did hit the wall down there. So that's going to send Whitner back, and now it's all up to Paul Mikolajczyk to see if he can now try and get around Adam Thompson.
Oh, this is an enthralling battle for the lead. The top 3 going absolutely hammer and nail right now. And just coming up onto the back of, I think that's DiPiero's. It's all happening down the midfield. The 2 Coopers after they're coming together in the opening stages there. As that is the 8-2 Scott Benavides who's just having to come up to the lead, but Mikolajczyk is in the lead, and Thompson and Whitner nearly coming together in the background. There is Mikolajczyk, I think, scraping the wall. Here and Whitner going high, trying to search that grip out, but Thompson sticking with that low line, and I'm not sure it's going to work out too well for him because it's getting slicker there. You can see him struggling for grip, Alex.
Yeah, now he's going to be able to duck back to the high side, but he has Whitner right behind him, and a little bit of contact as they went through turn 1 here. That's going to allow Mikolajczyk to pull away just a little bit. I think Whitner definitely has the most speed at this moment. He just needs to get around that 244 car. He keeps making slight contact with him in the center of corners. He needs to try and dive to the bottom and try something to get around Adam Thompson if he wants a shot at Paul Mikolajczyk.
Well, look at Mikolajczyk's cleared the traffic with relative ease, and right now, oh no, he's just tapped the wall. That's not going to help him. 10 to go here in the final. Who's going to come out with the victory? It's advantage Mikolajczyk right now. 8 tenths of a second clear of Thompson and Whitner, who was dueling out right now for second place. And Mikolajczyk's just going to hope and pray that they keep battling, because that's going to make his life easier as he's pulled another 2 tenths on him. And, well, this is enthralling racing here. As we've got yellow again. We are yellow. And that was Scott Benavides.
Yeah, so now this is going to really throw a wrench into the system. And now I'm not sure who is in front between Whitner and Thompson there, so we're going to have to see how they line up. Looks like Jeffrey Cooper having a little bit of difficulty into the pits. He gets that car turned back around, but Benavides had to tow there, and I think Adam Thompson got the benefit of the doubt for that position here. So when we restart, we're going to have 8 laps to go in this race. No, actually, it looks like we're going to have Actually, no, yeah, 8 laps to go, I think, when they take the green flag. Maybe 7, actually. I could have that wrong. But these guys, it's really about to get interesting, as I think it's going to be single file for this restart, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Yep. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting.
You're absolutely spot on. We are inside 10 to go, so we'll be single file restarts. And this is going to make it all the more harder for Thompson and Whitner to get the jump on Mikolajczyk. It is advantage to him, but the lights are out on the pace track, which means it is in this lap. And we will be going green once again, as that's one of the Coopers there. That's the 29. That is Jeffrey Cooper, just trying to find his place in the traffic. But the pace track's going to pull in. Mikolajczyk controls it, and he goes early on the exit out of. Oh, there's contact! There's contact between Thompson and Whitner, and all of a sudden, that's full advantage to yellow once again, straight away.
And that is going to shake up everything, as Whitner now is in third. No, he's still in second. He got the benefit of the doubt after that. So now Whitner moves himself up into second, and I think what's just happened there is Adam, he floored it off the top side, which you guys, they were running in the slick there, which is really not the ideal thing to do. So he floored it off the top side in the slick, and ended up spinning himself out right in front of Whitner, but it looks like Whitner doesn't have that much damage to the front wing of that sprint car, so it looks like Whitner is going to be okay to continue. But I mean, even for Thompson, not just this race, but that's going to really shake up the points for everybody here tonight.
Oh, that's, I mean, now we've got Hauer up into third place. Great potential for him, but Mikolajczyk, wow, has to do it one more time. We have got 6 left to go. The lights are out on the pace track. It's in this time. as we go racing once again here in Georgia. Wow. Who is going to come out with a victory? Are we going to be green all the way to the flag? Mikolajczyk controls pace. Pace truck is in. He goes again. A little bit later than the first time. But we are racing now, and it is advantage Mikolajczyk. Him and Whitner really pulling away from Jimmy Howard, is scraping the wall there the whole way round. 3 was Mikolajczyk. Clark has made his way past Howard. Something's happened to him as the yellow's out again.
And that's just going to get the field more and more bunched up. That must have been an incident with Howard. It looks like he is okay to continue, but a bit of damage to the front wing of that race car. So I think he might have tapped the back bumper. Somebody could have spun out trying to slide through one of the corners, ended up tapping the inside wall there. But a bit of damage to that car, and that is not going to help his night at all.
Wow. It looked like we were going to go green the whole way. They're coming together, changes everything, and yet again, for the third time this evening, Mikolajczyk from the front of the field has to control it and get away from Whitner to claim this victory here tonight. Can he do it? He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Everyone watching at home, seeing if he can pull this one off. And this will be his first victory of the season. As the lights are out on the pace track, that is going to be in this time around. And we'll be going green once again here from Lanier. Look who's in third. It is Josh Clogg closing up the gap now, but he has got Sorum hot on his heels. They do have a back marker in. Sorry, there's Bobby Ross in between them. He's not a back marker. The pace track's in, and we go green once again. And Mikolajczyk goes early again for the second time. Whitner down low, but Mikolajczyk making that high line work so well for him, scraping the wall practically. But he's finding the grip, or is he? Because there goes Whitner with the slide job coming from down low to up high to take control of the lead here. And we've got only 3 left to go. And will Mikolajczyk hold on? But I'm not sure he's gonna, because he saw him managed to get past him in that 69 machine and get himself up one place higher. Oh, that's Bobby Ross. I've got yellow.
This is going to shake up everything. I know I said it already, but now it's really going to be shaken up, because another yellow means the field is put right back on top of each other. And I mean, it looked like Paul Mikolajczyk didn't really know how to run that bottom line, so he was still trying to slow roll it around the top. But Whitner and Sorum obviously know exactly what they're doing to slow roll that very bottom inside line where it's pretty flat there. You can see it where they were running just under the slick line. And that, I mean, that's just incredible driving. And I mean, just the level of talent that racing dirt at a high skill level takes is absolutely incredible. And Sorum and Whitner, as well as Paul Mikolajczyk, are showing us just that.
They are indeed. I'll tell you what, we have seen some exceptional racing this evening, and we are gonna go green once again for the final time. The pace track lights are off. That will be in this lap. Whitner leads 1 lap to glory. Will it be paved with roads of gold, or will it be commiseration? What can Sorum do from second place? Don't discredit Mikolajczyk. As we get ready to go racing once again, they go early on the exit of 4. As here comes Mikolajczyk trying to find a way around the outside of Sorum, but Whitner pulling away early on. As we are going to head into the white flag, 1 lap left to go, and Whitner in full control here. Everyone going down low. And it looks like they're going to remain as they are. If Whitner can just hold on to this one, he's going to pick up the victory here for his first victory of the season. Sorum second, Mikolajczyk third. And that is the first time we've seen Sorum on the podium since round 1 in the road section at the Nürburgring. Wow, what a grand final, Alex.
Just what a drive from Eric Whitner. What a race all around. I mean, that was definitely the most interesting and fun dirt race of the calendar. So it looks like Jerry DiPiero had a little bit too much to drink there after the race already, and is currently just hanging out on his roof down there in turns 1 and 2. But I mean, if you're looking at your championship standings here, I mean, with Adam Thompson, I'm not sure how much this race is going to affect Thompson's lead and stranglehold over the series right now. But, I mean, this is definitely going to affect it at least a little bit. But these are your feature results. Eric Whitner picks up the victory in the final 5 laps to win the race. Mike Sorum gets around Paul Mikolajczyk as well to finish second. And then Paul, he led throughout the entire middle section of the race, but ended up being 2 spots short of the victory. Bobby Ross ends up P4, Jerry DiPiero in P5, Josh Clogg in P6, Jimmy Howitt in P7, Zachary Cooper in P8. Adam Thompson, after an incident on a restart there, finishes P9. Kevin Irwin in 10th, Jeffrey Cooper in 11th, Scott Benavidez in 12th, James Keir in 13th, and Sebastian Boscher Williams ends up rounding out the field in 14th. So, I mean, this race is definitely going to shake some things up in the points. I mean, Adam, he might start to have a target on his back here for the remainder of the season.
Well, definitely, it seems that way. And we'll tell you what, let's have a bit of a chat to some of our drivers. Let's have a chat first of all to our race winner here today, Eric Whitner. Now joins us. Wow, Eric, that was not easy whatsoever. It was an enthralling battle between yourself, Paul Mikolajczyk, and Adam Thompson. But when you had that coming together with Thompson at, I think it was about the 2nd or 3rd restarts, that I bet you must have had your heart in your mouth then.
Yeah, after that, the car wasn't the same. I mean, before that, I was faster than him. It was just finding a way around it with the cautions and lap traffic. It was just an awkward battle. But after that, I knew damage to my front end was a little bit too much to run the top, so I saw the bottom was getting not used as much, and the only place I could pass Paul was down there.
And obviously, when Paul was, ahead of you, and for that, caution I was just talking about, Paul was getting away from yourself and Adam, where you were just locked into that battle, and he got a little bit lucky with the traffic. He pulled out about a 2nd lead. I mean, I know it was still, early to mid stages of the race, but were you starting to get a little bit worried, or were you just praying for a caution to bring you all back together again?
Honestly, not really. I knew I was fastest track on the car by a 10th or so, and I've raced with Paul a lot on asphalt, but dirt is more my side of things, and I confidently can be a 10th faster than him. It was just finding a way around Adam with navigating the lap traffic and broken cars. Him getting out to that 2nd lead, I could have reeled him back in, honestly, but even though he does well for himself for not doing a lot of dirt.
It doesn't do too bad, does he? Indeed. And how do you fancy your chances next time out at Eldora?
I think Eldora is pretty dang similar to this track. Once you see that first slick line down bottom, you're gonna see me up at the wall for pretty much the entire race. So it should be a good one.
Before we let you go, Eric, anyone you want to give a shout out to at all?
Honestly, guys over at JRB, you guys for broadcasting, Adam for putting on the league. I mean, just focusing on having fun with this and something new. So another shout out to Paul too. He's been my buddy that got me into iRacing. So a lot of fun.
Great. Well, hopefully we'll be speaking to you more as a winner this season, Eric. Eric Whitner, your winner here today. Well, Alex, who are you standing by with if you managed to get across for a chat?
I've got the man that really just got second there at the last possible second, Mike Sorum. He got around Paul Mikolajczyk before that last yellow, and you were able to hold on to it. You end up just 1 spot short of the victory, but you end up the 2nd best of the field today. How was it out there?
Oh, that was great. I thought I was going to be out of it. I didn't really expect to get a podium after I got wrecked there, but my wing was barely hanging on, so I took a quick pit stop, and toward the end of the race there, the bottom line started coming in real good, and I found that and was able to end up on the podium.
Yeah, and I mean, how was it driving through the field? Because, I mean, not only you had to navigate around some of the fastest guys in the field, but you had to navigate around damaged cars, people that were going to be really competitive and trying to hold on to their positions for the point standings. I mean, just how hard was it to drive this car? I mean, I've driven it myself. Personally, it seems pretty difficult to slow roll it on that bottom line, just try and stay fast towards the end of the race. So how was it for you out there?
It was a lot of traffic out there, but yeah, it's all about the throttle control and I mean, just knowing how to drive through that slick without spinning out, and just force yourself to go slower than you think you have to, and then you can really gun it out on the straights, and it was a blast out there.
Well, anybody want to thank you before we let you go here?
Absolutely, you guys for broadcasting the league, everyone watching. This is a great league, and it's a lot of fun. So, and of course, cheers, Salon.
All right,
Thank
well, that is all I have for you tonight. Unless, Tim, you got something that I will send you back.
Definitely. Congratulations, Mike, and well, hopefully we'll be speaking to you a bit more throughout the season. Next up, I've managed to grab well, he started third, he finished third, which I suppose you could at least call consistent. Paul Mikolajczyk joins us now. I mean, coming into this round, surely, I mean, you would have been more than happy with a podium, but I mean, in some ways, you feel a bit disappointed. You were leading for a fair few laps there.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really run much dirt oval. In the ovals I do run, it's usually shorter tracks. This is a short track, but it doesn't race like a short track in a way. So I'm okay with losing.
I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly what I expected you to say. Just be like, oh yeah, it's fine.
And I mean, well, even so, I mean, you absolutely, nailed the restart a fair few times. I mean, you must have been absolutely gutted when, you amassed that 1 second lead, and then, where you managed to get a little bit lucky with the traffic, and then Thompson and Whitner were both battling out when they were in second and third. I mean, you had all the hard work to do with so many restarts. Just what did you look to do different tactics at each one, or did you have already set in your mind, one set of tactics to use at each and every restart?
Yeah, I usually try to go at different times and like different points in the corner. Like I always put up to the wall and cut it down because you got to run down the front stretch to usually lead into the high line. It was just really unfortunate the last one that I read the track wrong, and I also missed the cushion in 3 and 4. But the bottom lane was definitely faster at that point, and I just missed it, and Eric and Mike got by.
That's understandable. Paul, before they go, anyone you want to give a shout out to us all?
Yeah, I'll shout out to JRB, Team Watson, and Eric for being mean to me, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's about it.
No problems. Well, that's Paul Mikolajczyk, who picked up third place here today in round 7 of the championship. But wow, what a evening it has been of racing here in Georgia from Lanier. And well, coming up on the channel, we've got an absolute enthralling week of motorsport for your eyes. Kicking off things tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, it is the XTC Championship from COTA. Then on Tuesday at 8:45 Eastern, it's a TWS for LMP2s and JC3s from Monza. That's going to be an absolute epic show and great racing there. We have AMS on Tuesday night as well. That's slightly later than TWS. That's at 9:05 Eastern from Barber Motorsport Park in the Mustangs. Bet 5 while we've seen some absolute epic racing from that league this season in the MX5s. They head across to Spa on Thursday at 9:15 Eastern before we return next week here for the XSLR Championship from Eldora. But wow, what an absolutely epic evening it has been. A final really one to remember, with lead changes left, right and centre, and never really quite knowing who was going to come out of the victory. It was Eric Whitner in the end, but it was a hard fought one and filled full of drama. But from myself, Tim Cox, Alex Andersen, and Jonathan Grabowski, we'll see you in a week's time from Eldora. Good night.